Hunters call through forest deep, where secrets coil and horrors seep. Their breath is cursed, their pulse aware of things that slumber, things that glare. An old church bell rings a hymn through cobble lanes. Dark dreams swim, a coin drops sharp in greedy hands. Fate entwines in shifting sands. Wolves howl low, a haunting song. The nights grow sharp, the roads grow long. Eyes in the dark and hearts collide. The mist delivers, not its bride. Betrayal's edge, a dagger smile. Superstition's cruel trial. Through the marrow demons ride. For every step the hunters tie. Hunters call through forest deep, where secrets coil and horrors seep. Their breath is cursed, their pulse aware of things that slumber, things that glare. Hunters call through forest deep, where secrets coil and horrors seep. Their breath is cursed, their pulse aware of things that slumber, things that glare.
Okay, get ready, because we're going deep, deep into a world that history forgot. Well, not forgot exactly, but definitely got wrong. We're talking 1492, but not the one from the textbooks.
Right.
This is 1492 with a twist, a dark and kind of terrifying twist.
Yeah, twisted is a good word for it. We're diving into a world where a mysterious mist has descended, swallowing up everything in its path.
It's not just any fog, is it?
Nope, not at all. The sources we're looking at, mainly the lore from the Hunters A.D. 1492 game, they describe this mist as almost, well, alive. It spreads like it has a mind of its own, creeping across the land, but weirdly avoiding places of ancient power, almost like it's afraid of them.
Afraid. So this mist, it's not just some natural phenomenon. There's something supernatural about it.
Definitely supernatural. It makes you wonder what those ancient places hold that could scare something as powerful as this mist.
Yeah, we just picture it. One day you wake up, and the world as you know it is gone, consumed by this unnatural fog.
And it's not just the fog itself, right? The sources talk about strange sounds coming from within it, like whispers and wails, almost like cries for help.
That's creepy. And then there are these figures people have seen. Twisted shapes moving in the mist.
Yeah, shifting, changing. Some people think they're the souls of people lost in the mist.
Okay, hold on. Now I've got chills. So we've got this sentient mist, creepy sounds, and possibly even trapped souls. But why avoid those places of power?
Good question. It suggests that whatever this mist is, it's connected to these ancient powers in some way. Maybe these are places where old gods were worshipped, and even the mist hesitates to touch them.
So the mist might be tied to these forgotten gods. And this thing, it didn't just appear overnight, did it? This reshaping of the world. How did it all happen?
It started in the East, back in 1471, and it spread fast. Countries vanished, armies sent to stop it, they just disappeared. Gone.
Swallowed whole by this mist. The descriptions in the lore really highlight how fast and how completely it consumed everything.
Yeah, and it's been 21 years now since it first appeared. What's left of the world is just scattered settlements, holding on for dear life. They build these huge walls, light torches day and night to try and keep the mist at bay.
And now it's 1492, a date we usually associate with, exploration and discovery. But here it's year of rebirth. But rebirth in a world like this, that's pretty ironic, isn't it?
Ironic, yeah. Makes you question what's really being reborn, right? Is it humanity, society, or something? Something else entirely.
And that brings us to the Hunters. These, I don't know if I'd call them brave or crazy, but they're the ones who actually go into the mist, facing all those dangers head on.
Yeah, they are a product of this new world, this need for people who can navigate the mist, face the unknown. They're described as, well, adventurous, ruthless. They have to be to survive.
So they're like the frontiersmen of this messed up new world. But what exactly do they do? I mean, what does a typical day look like for a hunter in this mist-choked world?
Well, I don't think typical is a word you could really use to describe a hunter's day. Imagine you're leading a caravan through the mist. You're responsible for getting these merchants and their goods through safely, but the paths are treacherous, the visibility is terrible, and you've got to be constantly on alert for any sign of danger.
Oh, I bet. And the mist itself isn't exactly predictable, right?
Nope, not at all. It shifts, swirls. You might find a patch of clear ground for a bit, and then suddenly, bam, you're surrounded again. It's almost like it's playing with you.
So not only are you dealing with the fear of the unknown, you're also responsible for other people's lives.
Exactly. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And then there are the sounds. Remember those whispers and wails we talked about? Those are the sounds that keep a hunter up at night.
And what about the creatures, the ones born from the mist? What are those like? Giant, monstrous beasts, or something even weirder?
Well, that's the thing. The sources are pretty vague about what they actually are, which, to be honest, makes them even more terrifying. They're described as nightmares, basically. Creatures that sow fear and doubt.
So it's like the ultimate monster hunt. But in a world where the monsters are born from this supernatural fog, and you never really know what you're going to face.
Right. Super creepy. But being a hunter isn't just about surviving the mist and its creatures, it's also about navigating the power struggles of this new world.
Oh, right, the new kingdoms that have popped up after the mist.
Exactly. These warlords who are vying for control, they need people like the hunters. Think of them as, well, swords for hire.
So not only do you have to worry about the creatures in the mist, but you also have to deal with the violence and chaos of human conflict.
That's the reality of this world, unfortunately. It's all about survival. A hunter might find themselves caught in the middle of a warlord's ambitions, having to make tough choices about who to support, who to fight against.
It sounds like a really difficult life, always on edge, never knowing what's going to happen next. One minute you're escorting a caravan, the next you're fighting for some warlord. It's just constant danger.
Yeah, that's the life of a hunter. It's definitely not for the faint of heart, but it's also a life where you can really make a difference, maybe even change the course of this new world.
It really makes you think about what kind of person could not only survive, but thrive in a world like this? It really makes you think, right, what kind of person does it take to not just survive in a world like that, but actually thrive?
Yeah, it's definitely not your average Joe. They would need courage, that's for sure. I mean, you're facing the unknown every single day, putting your life on the line.
Yeah, bravery's a must, but there's got to be more to it than that, right? You need to be resourceful, quick on your feet, and maybe a little bit, well, ruthless yourself.
Definitely. And adaptable. You can't be stuck in the old ways. The world has changed, and you gotta change with it. The hunters, they're kind of like pioneers, you know, forging their own path, making their own rules in this new reality.
It's strange, but even though it's this dark, dangerous world, there's also this feeling of, I don't know, hope. Like even with the mist, the creatures, everything falling apart, humanity's still finding a way.
Yeah, I see that too. They call it a rebirth for a reason. I mean, it's obviously not the rebirth anyone would have wanted, but it shows that even in the face of, well, complete disaster, there's still that will to survive, to adapt, to rebuild.
We've only just scratched the surface of this lore, but I'm already hooked.
Yeah.
It's terrifying, yeah, but there's also this strange beauty to it. I keep thinking about those forgotten gods. What are they like? Are they the ones behind the mist, or are they, I don't know, something else entirely?
That's a question we all have to answer for ourselves. If you were a hunter, what would you do? Would you fight for survival, search for answers, maybe even try to shape this new world?
There's so much to explore here. If you're as fascinated by this world as we are, we definitely recommend checking out the Hunters A.D. 1492 rulebook. It's got so much detail about the creatures, the hunters themselves, everything you need to know to, well, survive in this world.
And let us know what you think. What intrigues you the most? What kind of hunter would you be?
Until next time, keep exploring those dark corners of history and keep asking those big questions.
A world of shadow, the mist does creep. Whispers calling, secrets they keep. Ancient powers stir, they rise anew. In the gloom they watch and hunt for you. Silver blades and fearless hearts, bound by courage, torn apart. In the night where horrors dwell, the line is thin between heaven and hell. Through the darkness, hunters roam, facing fears far from home. Supernatural shadows, human lies. Will they prevail or will they die? The town folks' eyes, they twist with fear. Are they friends or foes? Unclear. Lurking dangers masked in flesh. Betrayals cut can feel so fresh. The ancient ones awake and call, shattering chains, breaking their thrall. Faithful or foolish, who aligns? A step too close and doom entwined.